Judging from the war and strife, you attend on my life. Then the bars was not nice. No longer have to think twice. Can't live in food the truth. Yeah, say me come to elevate the youth.
Get your copy of Incarceration JA today and be inspired.
If you never know where I'm coming from, then you know what I see. Put a song, let me tell you what I want.
You see this one here? I want to talk about that little scandal, yeah? That TELFORD thing, yeah? I'm saying to the man them now, we've got two sections to deal with, you know, when we're talking about this thing here. We've got the first section, you know, which is the perpetrators, you know, yeah? And then we've got the second section, you know, which is the parents and that. We're going to get onto that in the second thing. But first things first and that, innit, yeah? Anyone that watches my thing knows what man stands for, innit, and knows what man deals with, innit, yeah? And one of the main things in our thing, you know, is like protecting our women, you know, protecting our community, you understand that? When you say protecting your community, man, woman, child, you understand, elderly, everything comes underneath that. You understand what I'm saying? So obviously we know there's a little problem going up on them ends there, innit? And I'm saying, look, yeah, like no matter who it is, no matter what race, no matter what religion, if there's a problem going on, man have to address that problem. So therefore, man saying that should never go on. Do you understand what I'm saying? And if that is going on and people sitting down silent on that, yeah, then they're just as guilty, standard. If you're sitting down silently knowing that, I can't believe this, you're telling me, yeah, that kids are up and down in the area and people are, like, day to day don't see these things going on and don't stop it. Like, is man so scared? Is people so scared, yeah, of a set of people that you're not looking to do nothing, no matter what set of people it is? Are you mad? Man's got my youth or trying to do something to my youth. I don't care how much you there are. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what religion it is. I don't care. I'm coming for something, innit? I'm coming for blood, innit? You understand what I'm saying? So I don't understand why so much people, yeah, are around there and don't do nothing. Like, it's mad, innit? Like, you're just watching little kids get abused and you're not doing nothing. And then, like, years later, people are crying about it. You understand? You have to stop it, innit? When it's there, when you see something going on, you stop it. Or you're just as guilty as well if you're walking past that. That's the thing with life nowadays. People don't care about their own, they just care about their own thing, innit? Don't care about nothing else that's going on the roadside. Do you understand? That's the first part of it. The perpetrators need what's coming to them, innit? And people need to talk out about these perpetrators. And that's what I said. What is unforgivable is that men are doing that to other sisters rather than their own sisters. That's unforgivable, bro. That should never be allowed to carry on. That should be dead in the water straight away, brother. You understand? But it brings me on to my next thing with this whole thing and wherever the scandals may be, because I'm hearing that it's not just in Telford, it's other places as well. But hear the madness though. But I'm saying, you parents, yeah, and you family members, yeah, and you people in the community, yeah, that have allowed your daughter, yeah, to be taken off like that without putting your foot down. I'm hearing man's talking about they ran up in yard and see man in there with their daughter and calling police and escorting man out. You're not burning that yard down. You're not doing a madness to that yard. You're just walking out and calling police and taking your daughter. This is what I'm talking about. Scared. Man, them scared, innit? People are scared, innit? How can you be scared when it comes to your own offspring? This is what I don't understand it. Where's the fire? Do you understand? Cheer on my yard, man, you know, I just got bare fire in my bones and like, you don't know the thing. But I don't understand, like, how come parents ain't got this sort of fire when they see their youths getting taken away by certain man? Yeah, you see them getting taken away, you see man doing certain things, you see your youth moving a certain way. Yeah, you need to be active, you need to be sharing these guys. They can't, not my youth, innit? And not any youth in the community, you're not doing that to, innit? But the one good thing is I'm going to say is like, where there's light on situations, yeah, light brings stoppages, innit? Cause man's brought light to it now, innit? There's people out here bringing light to this thing. So when there's light to it, the evil can't carry on, innit? No matter what evil it is, innit? And the man them's got to start to understand something, yeah? Despite what we feel about a man, you know, if a man's right, innit? If a man's calling out something and he's right about what he's calling out with, despite how we feel about the man or despite whoever wants to feel what, we have to stick with what's right, you know? Yeah, you see me, I'm all about this justice thing, innit? So whatever's right, I'm on that corner, despite even if, you get me and the next man might not see eye to eye totally on certain issues, you understand? But at the same time, what's right is right, innit? And man have to speak up for what's right. Yeah, so on this Tommy Robinson thing, yeah, man don't really, my people don't really see eye to eye with all of his views, innit? But at the same time, yeah, when it's a unity thing for communities and stopping kids getting abused, then man have to stand up for that. What else are we standing up for? Like, as a community, what's man gonna stand up for right now? Yeah, no matter, I told man already, no matter what demographic it is, it has to come to a stop, innit? Yeah, unforgivable behaviour, innit? You see, the thing with this thing is you man need to start fucking marching and that for these sex scandals, innit? And stop marching for these dumb BLM thing, all these racist man coming down to march for that. You man should be fucking marching for that thing there up going on up Rotherham, going up Telford, yeah? Coming like you man are fighting the wrong fight, brother, yeah? Man are scared. Man are moving like mice up there. Yeah, you got man abusing your youths and that, and you're sitting down, going to BBC, going to the police and that. Before you man round up a batch of man and go and fight anyone that's moving to your youths, anyone. I'm seeing like 50-year-old man, like 60-year-old granddads and that, rascal sleeping with little kids and that. And you man ain't marching for that. You man ain't going up there for that. But you man want to come down Trafalgar Square and lick up couple man and that. You mad. Like, go up there and do your thing, man. Go and riot up there, brother. Like, you be scared of certain man up there or scared of a demographic of brothers, yeah, moving to your fucking youths and that. Are you crazy? Whether or not it's happening or it's not, if man don't know in it, I'm not up there. But I'm saying one thing in it, from what I'm hearing, if that's happening and you got that, where's all these dads? Where's all these so-called dads? Where's all these so-called G's up there, gangsters and that up there, for their people, them standing up for this, yeah? Gangster for something, but not gangster for something else, brother. Man, them fix up. Go and fight the fight, innit? If there's a fight out there, man, have to fight it. I'm sick of looking down, people talking, oh, this is happening, this is happening. It's your kids it's happening to. Then rascal, go out there and fend for something, innit? Mash something up, innit? Burn something down. Lick something over. You understand? Kill something if you have to. I don't care, innit? If it's your youth, how much do you love your youth? I'm hearing dads all running up in blocks and seeing their youths getting drawn upstairs by a bag of man, yeah? And you're not going to do nothing. You're not grabbing them and mashing man up and you're doing something mad. You're just taking your youth and calling boy them, like boy them's gonna do anything. Like, so I said, man calling BBC, man calling boy them to do anything. Brother, do something yourself. Yeah, if your kid's something getting active on your kid, you better get out there and do that yourself, brother. Yeah, all these mad abuses going on. You get me? Me personally, you know, like I don't really, you get me? Eye to eye with this Tommy Robinson guy, but what's right is right, innit? And if man screaming out something that's right and stopping kids getting abused and bringing light onto that, then man have to air that, innit? Man have to see and work with that to a degree, cause there's no child that should be getting abused, you understand? Having kids, it's kids having kids and that. You got these big man around there letting these little girls have kids and that. Like, come on, man, I tell you one thing, yeah, that's unforgivable, you know? Like, man are doing that to their, not doing that to their own race, you know, but man are doing that to other races, you know? That's what's unforgivable about this thing. And that's what's going to turn this thing mad. And another thing, you know, I'm going to chat on briefly, yeah? Someone got to me and told me about this Afro Rose calling out Bear Man, and understand what do I think about this gal calling out Bear Man. And I saw her in one thing with the DARDEST and that, talking about this and that, and they're arguing about one youth and that. But I'm saying, look, yeah, when you're calling out man, yeah, make sure you got proper information that man can stand behind, innit? You can't just call out a man's name, yeah, and expect a man to run behind that, or any man to run behind that. Man, them need solid information, or real information that we know is rock tight. For when that's rock tight, then you can go shouting off from the rooftops right now, looking slightly bitter, calling out Bear Man with not right evidence. When the artist was asking you about certain things, you didn't know what to say. You didn't know the evidence. You weren't bringing him no full evidence. You're talking about police this, police that. These man, nothing happened to these man. These man ain't been convicted or not a minute. So you have to raise up what you're talking. Raise up. You understand? And remember, don't fling name on man and you don't know the full thing. Not even you know the full thing. You're just going off what sisters tell you. You understand? From when you're going off of what sisters tell you, you can never know the real thing. You understand? So mine are your boxing. I'm just telling you that, you know, sister. Because you're just boxing around, and you're not really mentioning, you get me? You're not thinking about the people's names that you're mentioning out here. You understand? And you're tarnishing certain man. Like, you're tarnishing certain man's name out here now, innit? And that's the problem, innit? If they ain't done it. If they've done it, man's fully behind your movement and fully behind what you're doing. But you see, if the man them ain't done that, yeah, you're a bad sister for that. You're a bad sister if you're doing that for your own personal gain, or you've been hurt by a man. See, if you've been hurt by a man, because the way you're moving a little bit, it's like you've been hurt by a man, you know? Like, I can't lie, you know, you're typical, like, that hurt by a man syndrome. You can see it in you, innit? Like, but let's hope like what you're doing is the right thing. You're calling out the man them for the right reason. If you are, then man's behind that. But another thing I wanted to talk about as well, jumping onto a next thing, on a side note thing with the artist you. I've been seeing him put up little posts and that, and I'm saying, brother, stop trying to incite the beef and old beefs inciting that, brother. Like, I've seen certain things you've been putting up, and I'm like, my G, if you really wanna, yeah, look after the community and do things for the community and do it properly, brother, yeah, then don't bring up beefs, brother. You're gonna make things worse, brother. You're bringing up these old beefs about man pissing on man and them thing there, brother. Who wants to see that now in 2022? Be honest, brother. Man don't care about none of that now. That happened to a man, let that just sleep, innit? Man don't really want to hear about none of that. We're on fixing up things. We're not about making beef out here, brother. So to me, that was a bit instigational, you get me? Like, you was instigating something to a degree, you understand? Because what do you think if you got two men talking about a personal subject, brother? Yeah? Come on, brother. Do better than that, you understand? Man have to know what we're doing out here. Man just can't be doing these things without these things getting called out. Man have to do them things there, you understand? Man have to incite these things. We all know what happened in the past. Certain man know, innit? Especially if you're a South man, you know these things, innit? Yeah, we don't need to get retold, innit? To boost up our views or to boost up whatever we're doing, brother. That's not the right way. That's why we got a lot of madness going on, because man is just boosting up negativity. Brother, boost up positivity, you get me? We know about the 28s, we know all about that, we know about the issue. If you're a man from the era, like my era, and a bit younger and a bit older, then we know about the thing, innit? You don't have to say nothing, brother. Yeah, but in the interview thing, man have to allow and be mindful of what they're doing. And as I said, AFUA, you never really had no backup there. Man kind of put you in your place and made you have to know your thing. And because you look like a woman that had a lot of things behind you, but you never had a lot of information. You ain't got a lot of, you understand, things there to show us, to make us want to back you. That's why you asked why the man then weren't coming out that day, because you didn't come up with the evidence. You didn't come up with real evidence so what the man then can say, okay, cool, man, I set him forward, innit? Yeah? Yeah, you get me? And I'm hearing this rascal PRESSA while I come this LOSKI and that, yeah? A rascal American man while I come this hour. You get me? Thing going on over here and that. LOSKI, I beg you just done my man, innit? And stop playing around with this idiot you, innit? I don't know what happened to my man, like my man while I come around here and disrespect you like that. Yeah, I hope you make a tune and bun up his skin and send them Americans packing back over there, you understand? Show them what our thing is over here, you know. I don't think they really know what our thing is over here. Don't bother make the youth dish you up again and don't say nothing. Beg you come back and bun off that youth, innit? Yeah, teach him something, yeah? You done, no?